So our last question is, what tips and advice would you give to aspiring professionals that are dreaming of starting a business one day?
Definitely. I think there's a few things here. So the first one is really about um, if you want to start a startup, do it early, right? Obviously, work a little bit, get some of the professional skills that you need to know how to start a startup. But if you want to do it early because it's only going to cost more as you sort of progress in your career, right? And when I say cost, I'm talking about the opportunity cost, right? It's you're going to be earning more salary, your life sort of family situation changes, and it's going to become more and more difficult. So if you want to do it, definitely start early, and you'll learn a lot along the way. The second thing is if you want to build a business and if you want to build a product, I highly recommend founders and startup founders to validate and test their idea through a bunch of different ways, right? So putting up a quick website or doing surveys or putting out a quick prototype. Validate as much as possible before you actually build your first actual product, whether it's an app or a facility or anything like that, right? You want to make sure you can get positive market signals on demand and supply before you actually invest a lot of capital into building something out. And then the third thing is that I really think it's okay to fail if your first or second startup doesn't go well, as long as you learn from it, right? So for me personally, I built Chop Chop, right? We spent some time on it. It didn't work well. And I think that there was a ton of learnings that I took from that, that I'm now sort of taking to build my current startup. And I think that those steps have helped me a lot in terms of navigating what I need to do now as I sort of build Spatula as a more seasoned professional.
That is some great advice. Well, those are all the questions that I had planned today, but I'm so glad you could join me to share your experience and advice. Your story will be a great addition to our alumni stories, so thank you so much.